In this tutorial, I'll be looking at the registration of consortium company in Nigeria. So we'll be looking at what is consortium, is it the same thing as group? Is it the same thing as holding? So what will be covered here is what is consortium. So we'll be covering what is consortium company, what makes consortium company registration different from regular company registration, who can register a consortium company, requirements for registering consortium company, and processes for registering a consortium company. My name remains Leonard Eze. I'm a sales registration expert. I'm a trainer too, mentor and coach. I train people who want to know how to register CAC. I also carry out sales registration for people, and this is my Facebook page, my Facebook personal This is my Facebook personal profile, and this is my Facebook business name. So you can follow my page, you can follow my or send me a friend request so that you can get to know more of my posts. This is also my YouTube channel, so you can do it to subscribe if you've not done that. Then turn on the notification icon. Do it to subscribe and turn on the notification. Get notified when I make new upload. And also do well to comment, share, like, and give a thumbs up so that YouTube can show this content to more people. Now, what is a consortium company? A consortium company is a corporate structure. Yes. Just like what companies, like a corporate structure is a legal entity. Now, as a corporate structure, it function as a union of various companies. So for this to be formed, there must be coming together of various companies to achieve a common business objective, usually in the form of a joint venture, enterprise, specific project, or a special purpose vehicle. Yes. So SPV, we heard of SPV. So this is how consortium is formed. They're made up of different various companies coming together. So in this, like, companies like a similar or related companies, but this is various, they are not really related. Consortium company is composed of separate and different companies. They agree to pool resources together for the agreed objectives or specific duties. Usually, this may be for short term or long term, just to achieve a particular objective. And once achieved, this consortium can be wound down. So what makes consortium company registration different from regular company registration? One, it comprises of three or more different companies. Yes, you know that the regular company registration, an individual can do that, but in this, just a company alone cannot do it. So three or more different companies. Then the different companies act as shareholder and not individuals. They require the consent of the registrar because the word consortium is a restricted word. Then it costs more to register. The consent to register a consortium company costs 5,000 against the regular 500 naira for name reservation. Then the process is more rigorous than the regular company registration. It requires more corporate documents for its registration. So documents, evidence, and resolution consent of these companies are needed in form of document form, usually in PDF, before consent is granted. Who can register a consortium company? Owners of three or more different and separate companies who have agreed to pool resources together to register the company as consortium to achieve an agreed objectives. So these owners, three or more, must come together, must agree, and to pool resources together to achieve a particular business objective. Now, requirement for registering a consortium company, evidence of not less than three different companies forming the consortium. Now, this evidence is usually in form of a certificate of registration and other documents that will show that these companies are duly registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission and they are owned by different people. If foreign company is involved, evidence of registration in home country. Then a resolution of each company in the consortium indicating consent to the consortium agreement and stating the objectives of the consortium. Now, company are like a legal entity. So they are acting like a being, an artificial being. So their consent to this registration must be sought. So they must provide a consent, they must provide a resolution, yes, by each company that they consent to this agreement and stating the objectives of the consortium. So this objective must be uniform. Then a statutory declaration to wind up the consortium in accordance with the provision of the CAMA upon completion of the objects of the consortium. So they must declare that this consortium, when formed, once they have achieved their object of the consortium, object of forming it will be wound up. Then the statement of the object of the consortium, the memorandum of association. So it must be stated. The object to which this consortium is formed must be stated. Then inclusion of a clause to wind up the consortium, the articles of association. So the articles of association must have that clause that it will be wound up upon the achievement of the set objective, evidence of updated annual returns of component companies. Yes, these three or more companies must be up to date in their annual returns. Then evidence of appointment of company secretary of component companies. Yes, appointments, they must have secretary. Then evidence of compliance with section 733 of the CAMA Act where applicable. So we'll still look at this act, this 733, where applicable and what it says. Now, obtaining the consent of the registrar. For the consent of the registrar to be granted, the following process and requirements must be met. We've seen the requirements. Then there must be a formal application to the registrar general for consent for the use of the word consortium with payment of a non-refundable application fee of 5,000 naira. Now, this requirement in obtaining the consent, it basically involve the requirement we've talked about, evidence of at least three companies forming a consortium in the form of certificate of incorporation, then resolution by each of the companies agreeing to the creation of the consortium, statutory declaration to wind up the consortium in accordance with the Companies and Allied Matters Act upon the conclusion of its business object, then a section of the winding up clause in the articles of the consortium, then statement of the object clause in the consortium's memorandum, articles of association. So the statement of this object must be incorporated in the articles of association. Proof of updated annual return filing records of the consortium's component companies. Then evidence of compliance with section 773 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. This section will look into it before the end of this video. Then now once this consent is obtained, because this evidence and document will be uploaded before the 5,000 naira payment is made, and then it will be reviewed, and once the consent of the registrar is granted, then you can proceed. The applicant can go ahead to register the new company with the same procedure for the registration of a new company. Yes, it's the same procedure. The only difference is that you have to obtain the consent of the registrar, and then the process too is a bit different and rigorous, but it is doable. You can do it, anyone can do it. So once the consent is obtained, then the rate limiting step has been passed, and then the other steps are minor steps. You fill the necessary information and make payment. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Below this video you see the subscribe button, click on it, and then the bell icon, click on it to turn on the notification so that YouTube will notify you when I make new upload. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can drop a comment, like and share this content, and give a thumbs up to it so that YouTube can show it to more people. So like I said, once you know how to register a company, you are good to go. interested in learning how to carry out CAC registration yourself, you can reach out to us today. You can follow us on Facebook and reach out to us through Facebook and Instagram. Now, while making this post, while making this presentation, I told us I'm going to show us what the section 733 says. I've done it in the past video, but let me go ahead to show us what it says and who is affected. So it is where applicable. It is not in all circumstances. It is not in all situations. It is not in all consortium registration. Alright, this is section 733. So it concerns banking company, insurance company, or a deposit, provident, or benefit society. So before its commencement of business, and also on the first Monday of February and first Tuesday in August in every year during which it carries on business, submit to the Commission a statement in the form in the 14th schedule to this Act. So this is the 14th schedule. A copy of the statement shall be put up in a conspicuous place in the registered office of the company and in every branch office or place where the business of the company is carried on. So this is it, and it is not, you are not affected here. So these are the even insurance company, banking company. So these are the ones that are affected. So it is where applicable. So if you are not in any of this, it is not applicable to you. You do not need this statement. You do not need it to be submitted to the commission. You do not need to be displayed in the registered address. So if you are interested, you can reach out to me to learn how to carry it out. Now, conclusion. In concluding, it is worthy to mention that a single or individual company cannot use the word holding, group, or consortium among its name as a thing of choice. So using the word consortium is prohibited. You cannot just use it being that it is your choice, you decide to use it. There are criteria to using it, and one of it is consent of the registrar, and this consent is granted only when those requirements we stated have been met. So thank you for watching. Do well to subscribe, leave a comment, give a thumbs up to this video so that YouTube can show it to more people. Once again, thank you for watching.